Hey yo, it's lit, man. It's the Hitman. I hope you guys are doing all right. And I want to go over Physical LR Trunks' EZA, the second Super Saiyan. I love that title. Very direct, straight to the point. Of course, it's fitting. And the alliteration of it, second Super Saiyan. You guys know. Now, a little English literature for you. Hitman's taking us back to school, man. But no, seriously, his leader skill. It's of course the physical 4 key and then stats 120, so we knew he was going to get that. Super attack effect causes colossal damage to the enemy and raises defense by 30% for 6 turns. His 18 key does the same, of course, but it's mega colossal. Now, I looked over him and I usually go in blind, but I looked over him and I do have an opinion about his 18 key. I'll get into a moment, just stick around with me. Passive skill, Flash of Steel, also a cold passive skill name. Attack 150% and he gives himself 100% defense. He gives himself 3 key and an additional 50% attack when attacking an extreme class enemy. That's fine. I don't have an issue with that. I mean, nothing to complain about. Of course, when it's super class, it's crazy because you fight a whole bunch of heroes, but like including the fusions and stuff like that. But extreme class is fine. He gets a high chance to perform a critical hit. Of course, he retained it from his old passive, and he gets an additional 5 key and he performs a critical hit when there is a Wicked Bloodline category enemy. This is where I'm gonna come full circle what I said about his 18 key. Now, this gonna sound off the wall, but one day I think Dokkan will do it anyway. But hear me out. I think Trunks right here, because the old OG 5 LRs, the summonable LRs, they each had a weird quirk about them, like things that were just not normal to the game. Int LR Gohan had the most OP key mechanic arguably in the history of the game, but I mean, there's levels to it now. STR Broly did an additional super attack. He was an LR that did an AoE on his 12 key. He was crazy. And then say the Trunks right here, he had a high chance to crit. He was the first unit with it built into his passive like that. I mean, of course, Gogeta had super effectives, but Trunks had crit. It was crazy. Tech LR Goku Black and Zamasu, they get hit, they get stronger, they're the most basic, I guess you could argue, but I'm not sure getting hit for attack was too I know they did it. Super 17 did it, of course, stuff like that, but that wasn't normal back then either. And then I'd say, who am I? Majin Vegeta. Majin Vegeta's 12 key is Mega Colossal. He's still the only LR in the game whose 12 key is Mega Colossal and 18 key is Colossal. It's just weird and unheard of. It was just a very odd thing to do back then. Now, Trunks, this is my theory on what Trunks should have done. And mind you, I think they should have been more creative with all the first 5 OG LRs. Like they held back with Majin Vegeta, they held back with Gohan. Broly is fine. Broly doesn't need much more. And then we'll see what they do with Goku Black and Zamasu. Trunks should have done 2 18 key super attacks when fighting a Wicked Bloodline enemy. I think this right here, if he did his Burning Slash or Shining Sword attack, whatever, if he did it twice, that would have been the coldest shit, man. Honestly, because think about it, it's fitting. Like, there's no real other attack, like Burning attack. Of course, he did it against Frieza, but to do, let's say he's fighting a Frieza, a Cooler, a King Code, and he does 2 of those. That's so dope to me. Also, Frost should be on Wicked Bloodline. I don't care if it's about Frieza's family specifically. He should be on Wicked Bloodline. But that's here nor there. But yeah, it just him doing 2 let's say I don't know, he'd have to give himself, I guess, 6 key, and then he does an additional attack that's an ultra super attack. Maybe it'd be like built like that. I don't know. Akatsuki, that's not my job. It's you guys' job, all right? But yeah, if he did 2 18 key supers against Wicked Bloodline, and then he had a chance to do his third, of course, defense crazy, attack stats crazy. When fighting an extreme class enemy, he's going crazy. His crits crazy. It's just insane. Link set is still elite, one of the best aging Link sets of all time. It used to be detrimental when an LR had it shattering the limit instead of fierce battle, because we were feeding them key anyway. Like back when these guys were coming out, if you had them, your team was built around them. There were no units that were competing with these 5 LRs. It was either you had them or you didn't. It wasn't really There was never a time when TURs were competing with LRs, all five of the best LRs at one point. However, nowadays, we have the GT Hero units. We have, I don't know, STR Super Vegeta, Physical Vegito Blue when he came out was like really elite, stuff like that. Of course, LRs are still the best units in the game, but you get my point. Categories, still uber good categories, just basic categories you can run every other day. Hybrid Saiyans, Future Saga is dead. Time Travelers is still good. Vegeta's Family is still good. Super Saiyans, Android slash Cell Saga, Bond Master and Disciple, Saviors, Battle of Wits, and Entrusted Will. Of course, with the AGL Trunks, this should be a decent rotation. I don't know how crazy of a rotation we're talking though, because if you go through their links, it's Royal Lineage, Cold Judgment, Shocking Speed, and that's really it. It's so, I don't know what possessed them to think that this was like a logical move, but the AGL Trunks should have had a Shocking Speed and Prepare for Battle. Otherwise, he should have just had Prepare for Battle. It's just very odd. And then, of course, getting his Super Saiyan form is his active skill is pretty difficult. And even then, you could argue his base form is better, which is very odd. I'd say Cooler and Physical Golden Frieza are the only, and maybe Tech Ultimate Gohan are some of the only units that are really built like that, to where like there's sometimes there's literally no reason to transform. Like, yeah, there's not too many TURs that are built that way. But maybe Bojack too, But it's just weird. I just find it weird. But that's how he's built. So it's not like you're gonna be transforming all the time with the AGL Trunks in order to have him link better with this Trunks right here. It's just not the way it's set up. So maybe they'll be not as good of partners as we thought they would be. We'll have to see how it plays out. We'll see. But yeah, his teams are still great. He's a great. I think he's fine. I don't think he's a top 10 unit. I think he's just a really, really good EZA LR. I don't have any issues with him or his kit outside. I thought it would have been dope to give him two 18 key super attacks. That's just my concept. Let me know what you guys think. Video's longer than I thought because I got to chat, and man, my fault. I'm gonna go cover the version Z update stuff we just got on JP. Nothing crazy, but there is going to be a massive maintenance later on today. So make sure you guys, whatever you gotta do right now, do it. Log in later and before the maintenance. So let me know what you guys think. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope I informed or entertained. Let me know your thoughts on if you listened to my concept of what I think he should have done. Hitman is out.